So this is like another client interview type of situation today, but I'm expecting a lot from Roxanne. You hear her laughing already. So, Roxanne is someone who I just barely met this summer and literally cannot imagine life without her. She has recently graduated from Systems in Session, and I am just
Woohoo!
literally so sad that I am not going to get to talk to her on a weekly basis unless I just harass her, which is already on my calendar. Roxanne, welcome to my podcast.
Oh my gosh, Coley, thank you. I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say I have to go to therapy because I finally got rid of Roxanne, and I went to church and prayed at the altar, and now she's finally gone. But no, I am good, and you would be so proud of me because even yesterday I went back to one of your videos and I sent the form correctly instead of doing it, the 911 Coley help me way.
Mhm.
So good.
I mean, actually, let's start our conversation out with that. Guys, I'm on my way to Chicago to the airport and I get this 911 message from Roxanne. Oh my God, I think I broke my shit. Which I was pretty sure she didn't break it, guys, honestly. But I'm chatting with her on the way to the airport and I'm explaining to her, no, you didn't break it. You have to use the system the way that it was intended every time, even if you think they're a special snowflake, which they aren't. And so once she realized that, she was like, oh, okay, I didn't break anything. I'm like, no. But I mean, it's also not uncommon, Roxanne. The first time that someone feels like something is broken, even if you've already graduated from, systems in session or me doing your systems for you, I do get panicked 911 emails that are like, oh my God, I think I broke something. It didn't work as expected. And usually it's either I have to re explain it to you or it's like a five
Right.
second fix, which is fine.
Well, and I have to shout you out because, and this is what I am a part of Maddie Pashong's group coaching program as well, which is amazing. And that's how I heard about Coley. That's how I started, stalking on. I love a good online stalk. So I'm like, no, I like Coley. She's my people. But then I was like, after that happened, and I started working with you, the best part, and this is why I like am. I'm like, Coley's the goat, is because you can send her a problem, and a lot of times within an hour, sometimes within minutes, you'll have a response. And that is like key because all of us that are in business know, like, if I'm trying to send a proposal to book a client, I need that answer. So I really appreciate it. Plus, then we got to talk in the car ride to the airport, and I made sure that you were going to eat all the things in Chicago because Chicago is where your girl lived for almost 15 years. So I'm very concerned with people what they eat when they go to Chicago because we have the best food. Sorry.
I
That's
mean, and
that's
I
why
did.
it's not mean for me to be skinny. The Lord, it is not in his plan. So
And I did. I ate really, really well when I was in Chicago, mostly because Anami from This Can't Be That Hard made all of our reservations and she
oh
like pre
fun.
planned the things. I mean, this was a different kind of working weekend. I have been joking around. I feel like it was more of a girls' weekend than it was a working weekend because I really don't feel like I accomplished shit. I mean, I did. I fixed a whole funnel. So I did. But
Nice.
in comparison to like when Sabrina and I stay in a hotel together and we don't do anything but work for like 14 hours and only take meal breaks, I felt like this was like a different kind of situation. But it's all good. I mean, we had a blast. It was definitely what I needed, and now
Good.
I'm home like doing a lot of the things that I should have done when I was in Chicago.
Right, right. That part. No, but I really appreciate this. And this is something that I had been waiting to invest in. And now, like, I've already like tried to send people your way. I'm like, if you are thinking about this and not doing it, you're nuts because the impact on your business is so quick. Like, I feel like a lot of things we do to invest in our business, personal development, coaching, mindset, it just takes a while to like get in there, right? And for it
Mhm.
to really impact. But this was like, no, 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 no. Like in 3 days, I'm sending proposals. People are adding on things. I'm booking. I'm sending a proposal in 10 minutes.
Yes.
I'm like, what I told her, I was like, your wizardry, I'm here for it. Whatever witchcraft wizardry you are doing, I want more of it.
I mean, and it's interesting because it's part of like my current shift because I feel like I used to talk about you need the whole system. You need everything to work together. You need all four phases of your client experience to be done. And now I've really taken a step back because I do
Hmm,
feel like there are a lot of people that need to experience the micro wins so that they can be
100%.
convinced of the systems overall. Because you initially contacted me and you were like, "Hey girl, like I need a proposal." Like
Hmm.
you were just like Maddie. You and Maddie are twins in this way. You were like, I just need a proposal and I want it to be just like Maddie's. And how much will that cost? And
Right.
so on our first call, I was like, okay, you could pay me $600 and I'll do this. Or you could join this new program that I have called Systems in Session for 2K, and we'll do all your systems together. And you took a minute and you were like, okay, yeah, I'm
Right.
in. Let's do the whole system.
Well, and I think like I was like a lot of people are, and I'm very like open and real, right? Like my brand is like, I'm a lot. And so I'm not for everybody, but I am not trying. Like I always say this in business groups too. I refuse to be in spaces where I have to puff myself up to try to pretend like I'm someone I'm not or to make myself smaller. I'm not willing to do either of those things. And for me, I knew my work was there. I knew the way that I make my clients feel, the confidence I build in them, all of that was there. I needed my systems to match that so that I could increase the pricing and value because I was not about like, and this is what I told Maddie too. I'm not just like, I just want to keep raising my prices.
Mhm.
No, I want to raise the value so that it's like, you're insane if you don't book Roxanne. Like you are literally nuts. You have lost your ever loving mind. But that has to be all of it. And I think I was one of those people, like your brain, when we were on calls all the time, I was like, Coley, don't hate me. I have to go talk to my therapist after this. Like, because I had been telling myself, right, for the longest time, I have ADHD, I'm neurodivergent. And I found that out as a whole grown ass woman. And I'm like, oh my gosh, so much makes sense. So I had always had like the creative pieces and that, but the systems part, I had been telling myself in my mind that that's just not my thing. I can do my business without having that.
Mhm.
But what that was doing was actually justifying me holding myself back. And
Yes.
the truth is, I did need help to do it. To be clear, like I knew once I talked to you, I am not the person that could just purchase like the steps
Mhm.
and then it'd be fine. I could not do that because I needed the ability to work with you for a couple of months, but to have a fire lit under me to be like, girl, take advantage of this. I booked calls with Coley. Listen, she was my BFF, whether she wanted to be or not. She saw me every single week and I was working on things slowly, but that is the process I needed. I needed someone to do it alongside me. And you are just so good at explaining stuff to someone who is clueless without being judgmental or rude or like, and also just helping wherever our business is, help us not to become someone else, but to help. Like, what do you need? Like, your first call, I knew I was going to love working with you because it was just, I think it was like 45 minutes of you just asking me what's wrong, what could we do better, where are like the pain points in
Mhm.
your usage right now of your CRM, and then you made a plan for us to do that, and then we did it together. So I'm like, now I literally have told people I made back my investment with you with 2 proposals. It's
Yes.
insane. So, and I'm like, what are we, 14 proposals now deep since I
Mhm.
started working with you? So it's like, and that's only been less than a month. It's crazy. So I'm like, guys, if you're one of those people that's like, I'm super creative, this is where I thrive. Absolutely. But get the help you need to make sure that all of your business is that amazing of an experience. And now I feel really good. Coley, I didn't tell you this, but I had a client on Tuesday and she said to me, you need to raise your prices. And I was like, I just did, but I will again. But she was like, this experience has been so great. I had another client tell me last week that she screenshot some of my emails because she's like, I'm starting a new business and I want to do some of what you're doing. And I'm like, it's all in my CRM. I was like, I got a girl. I got a chica I'll send you to. So I'm really grateful.
I mean, I love hearing all this because I think one of the things that I was really worried about putting this done with you offer out there is, are there actual people that want to like get in it with me and do it step by step? Because I've always
100%.
had the course that really shows you step by step with videos, but it doesn't include me. And then
Right.
there's the part where I, do it all for you. And it's funny, I just got recertified through Dubsado, and you have to fill out a questionnaire before you take the quiz to like
Hmm.
prove your knowledge again. And one of the questions was, what are you doing to offboard your clients after you work with them? And when I
Hmm.
entered my response this time, it was so different than like last time. This time I was like, oh, I don't even have to do this anymore. I'm like, the whole process, we're doing it together. So there is literally no offboarding process. There is a, hey, can you fill out this questionnaire so that I can help other people and change my
Right.
processes if I need to? But I don't have that formal giving you a video, explaining how everything works, scheduling a call so that I can walk you through it and answer your questions. You don't need that when you leave systems in session because we did the entire thing together. Like
And
you're the one. Yeah.
yeah, and I have the videos of that. So
Mhm.
I saved them and I literally put them in my email as how to send a proposal, stupid. Like, so I literally just searched proposal stupid and it comes up. and then I can do it. Now, I'm not gonna need that after another week or so, but it's there, and I think this is key. If you're a person in business right now listening to this and you're, because not every this is what I always say to people, not everything is for everybody, but it is really important to know how you operate best and how you learn. I knew, well, one, the investment of Coley doing everything for me, I was like, Your girl ain't got that money right now. I'm just gonna keep it 100." Two, I also knew though that if I did that, I wouldn't learn why this works. And I have huge plans with my business, right? To morph into new things, to do other offers. Like, I want to be able to build this myself as needed and then just maybe schedule, one-offs with Coley for
Mhm.
that support to make sure everything's working. But like, I knew that I'm the type of person that learns by doing, but I need accountability and I need somebody with me to explain the stuff so that I don't throw my computer out a window, which, I did do once in college. Before that was like, your girl was only in therapy a couple years at that point. You know what I mean? I did throw it off a balcony. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everyone should mind their business. But I don't wanna do stuff like that. I don't wanna, like, feel that, like, I can't do this, like, overwhelm. And so for me, I'm like, I can do this, but I need help and support, and there's no shame in that, and because there's a lot of things that I can offer help and support to other people in. Like, my clients come to me because I'm an expert in what visuals will tell your story in a
Mhm.
unique way. They don't have to know that when they come to me. They just have to be willing to answer the questions, go through the process, be a part of everything, and then we create it together. So it's just kind of like knowing where are your expertise in business and then where are the things that you need help with. And I think I am allergic to this, like, I'm trying to play a successful person on Instagram. Like, if you're trying to pretend like you are good at everything, I'm sorry, everyone knows that that's not true. Nobody is good at everything. So, like, figure out how to bring amazing people in your corner to help you get what you need to be amazing. But not everybody's good at everything. So, it's not a weakness of mine as an entrepreneur to say, hey, my systems were the weak point because my client experience was on point. My photos are amazing. I just was like, I need this to be better because also I have 4 kids, a busy life. I created all these resources for my clients. I don't want to ever miss sending them something. Right.
Yeah.
And so, like, I have a discovery call today when we get off this, and I know I'm going to actually look right now. I'm going to go into Subtle. I know it's going to send an automated response to my client because we set that up, and I don't have to remember that. Before I was doing a lot of these things, but I was duct taping it together, piecemealing it together. And I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot to do that. So I'd pull over on the side of the road with my kids and quick send something. Like, that's stress I don't need in my life. Life is hard enough. You know what I mean?
It is. And I will say, going back to something that you said about being able to do it yourself, you've actually already done that. And you've only been out of like my hands for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
So you and I created your main offer together, which
Mhm.
is your signature brand sessions. But that's not what you send to people who are doing like commercial jobs or
Right.
organizational storytelling.
Right.
And so after we set up like your personal brand client experience, you took that and duplicated everything and customized the email and customized the proposal all by yourself. I was so proud of you. And then you're like, okay, Coley, I did all these things. Can you make sure that I didn't fuck it up? That was
Like,
basically what you
for
told
my
me.
ish and make sure it's not broken. And I will say this, you guys, when you work with Coley, this was what was so cool. She helped me also with little things. Like, this is why I know this is who my people are. I am not a gatekeeper. As long as you value my time, I will give over and abundant to you, right? And Coley's the same way, in my opinion, because she didn't have to take that call on the way to the airport. But then she was like, she told me, "You're dead to me when I'm in Disney." I'm like, "No problem, girl. I get it." So she obviously has tons of boundaries. So do I. But if someone values me, I will go above and beyond. And a couple things you did that really were like Coley's for me is, you helped me like realize I was attaching like my investment guide by PDF, right? So I've been changing my prices, changing my offerings slightly, now I have a videographer. She's amazing that I'm working with. So you were like, no, 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 no. Let's make that a public link so that every single time you update it, you don't have to go into your system and reattach anything. And those little things are like, oh my gosh, she anticipates your growth and she's for you. And like, you helped me make my discovery call link a public link from my website so it doesn't look bootleg as a long Dubsado link, right? But like, just little things like that, that like, I don't know what I don't know, right? And there's no gatekeeping. There's no like, oh, well, if you want to do that, you would have to do this. and pay me more or whatever. It was like there was just an abundance of help. And never once did I feel like I'm a mess of a human, even though I would joke with her all the time. I was like, Coley, you might need therapy after today because listen, I'm triggered by the fact that like I'm afraid once we automated my stuff, you guys, when I tell you the pit stains were real about it's gonna go out wrong. You know what I mean? Coley laughs. She don't act right. But I'm like, I literally was so if you're one of those people that's terrified of automations because you're like, they might go out wrong, work with Coley because she will test it all, show you what's coming, make a video of it, and then because we did have a couple little snafus.
Mhm.
So before I went out to my clients, we went back and fixed it all, and like very successful people, you have to risk going to the next level in order and making some mistakes in order to figure out what you need to tweak. So I just want to say, don't be afraid of that because I was afraid of that for so long for no reason, really. So yeah, I appreciate you because you are in it to really see people win, and I appreciate that because I would be like every call I got on, I was like, Coley, they added video. Coley, they did the proposal in
I
10
mean,
minutes.
you know what I need you to do? I need you, not now. We're going to do it when we're done.
Mhm.
But I need you to go and like add up how much you've made in add-ons just simply since I told no, you
Yeah.
need to just put it on there and add a price and we'll see if someone books. And then when you first showed me what your add-on B-roll was, I was like, "Oh, that's too cheap. So I'm going to let
Right.
you put it on here for this for now. But
Yep.
when you book like 3 of them, I need you to immediately double
Yes.
that."
And you know what's funny? So I'm meeting my videographer that has been partnering with me. She is amazing. Shout out to Honey Drip Media. We've already talked about this. I was like, but we wanted, again, this goes back to, we wanted proof of concept. We wanted to make sure that the value was like so insane that people would be like, yes, check.
Mhm.
Because whenever you're doing something new, I think a lot of, especially I hear women in business struggle with this all the time. Like, oh, I have imposter syndrome. I have reframed that into like, shouldn't we all have a little bit of imposter syndrome when we're doing something brand new?
Yes.
Like if you walk in to give a TEDx speech and you ain't never even talked at the PTA, you should feel a little bit of imposter syndrome, right? Because if you don't, you probably are a narcissist or something, right? Like there might
Mhm.
be a problem. I am not feeling imposter syndrome is just part of my process of growing to where I'm like, let me make sure, but I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to go to therapy. I'm going to talk to my own self, and I'm going to make sure that the value's there, and then I'm going to unapologetically charge the value. So,
Yes.
but I think that there is that piece of like we were figuring it out, and I'm like working with a stylist now. I have a visionary VIP session, which is so cool because when I launched that, it was from feedback from another client. Like this was amazing. Your process is amazing. I would have loved even more help with like styling, like team. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, okay, people would pay for this. Let's do it. Started talking to local stylists, and I pay women what they ask to be paid. So I had to obviously raise to make sure that they were being paid. And then now that we've done it, my goal was to book one
Yeah.
before the end of the year. I think I've booked 3 or 4,
Yes, you have.
and I'm already gonna up that because now I know the value, the video that Akila is creating for my clients with the photography, the value is insane. It's like a year's worth of content for people in one day. So I'm like, this pricing has to shift again because of the value and also I'm realizing how much time I'm
Mhm.
putting out, working with all these people. But yeah, it's not about like, let's add stuff to see if we can upcharge people and rip them off. Like, that's what I appreciated about you and about working with Maddie. For me, alignment and like, I'm not, my goal in life is not I want to make X amount. My goal is to serve people really well with the gifts and talents that God has given me and to continue to grow and be excellent at what I do and to make sure that my family's first. So, my goals are just not up for discussion, but I
Mhm.
do want to unapologetically earn money for my time because I have a ton of skills. And Coley helps you figure out how to do that with less stress and with less friction for your clients. And like, you guys, when I tell you my proposal, like I told my husband when it first went live, I was like, come over here, look, it looks like a website. I was like, look how legit I look. Look how legit I look. Like, it's okay to get excited about that stuff, like geek out about it because it like, I started 10 years ago feeling guilty for charging people $50, right?
Woo.
And look at where I am now, but the value's there. I have a client tell me to raise my prices. So I'm super excited for this. I'm mad. I'm not even mad, but I'm like, I should have invested earlier. But it all happened the way it was supposed to because I found you through Maddie and she's amazing. And so just if you are thinking, I don't know how to invest in my systems because like I just don't even know what I need, Coley knows what you need. Like literally you just tell her the issues you're having and then she will walk you through with this process. So, and not everybody, this process is for them. Maybe some people can do just the course, and bless
Mhm.
them, bless their hearts. I'm new to the South. That's what we say. Bless their hearts. But no, that's not me. Your girl needs like some hand holding, some help. That's me.
I mean, and it's funny because two different coaches. I mean, honestly, it might have
Mm,
been three, but at least two different coaches told me, "No, do you need to give them calls and support tickets?" I was like, "Yes." And they were like, "Okay, but like do you need to give them that much availability for the calls?" I was like, "Yes." I was like, "I don't think you guys understand. Like this is where I'm going with my business and I don't mind talking to people all day long if it gets them where they need to be." And cuz
right.
like now I have days where I am on like 7 or 8 calls a day. But the difference is now I'm on a call and I'm walking you through what you have to do. And then, like you said, when I go to Disney, you're dead to me. Literally, when I get off the
Yeah.
call with you, I send you the link and I
Right.
tell you what your task is. And you are pretty much dead to me until I talk to you
100%.
again or you send me a support ticket. So, like, the way that I am doing it now is just so much different.
Yeah.
I am giving you more of my time in terms of like, I am getting on a call with you, I am answering your support tickets, but I am not doing it for you. And so this is really good for me because I can literally turn you off
Yes.
and not have to think about you until you come back to
Yes.
ask for feedback or ask what the next step is. And
And
so,
yeah, and I feel the same way about my system now with my clients because I give them so much of myself. But, like, until they submit the questionnaire, you're dead to me. Like, you're gonna get your reminders, you're gonna do that, like, but because listen, I told them in the discovery call what the process is. I can't create amazing personalized brand images without you. You're the brand. So, my clients, like, full disclosure of what this process is, and then but now my systems support that boundary so that I can just send them those reminder emails instead of me before, I would get emails like, what am I supposed to be doing? And then I would personally answer those emails. Now it's like, no, they just get those reminders. And like, Coley, you ain't stupid because, I mean, you know this, because like you giving us that attention though, too. This is the same way I operate my business. This is the same way Maddie operates her business. She is very available, but she has a lot of boundaries. You are very available, but you have boundaries. For me, that is what makes people sing the gospel of Coley, right? Because I'm like, she got me this transformation. I've already told all these people I ain't get paid nothing. I don't even have no affiliate link. Listen. And
she's
I'm like,
mad she doesn't have an affiliate link,
I'm, mad.
y'all.
I'm like, where's my affiliate link, Coley? But it's because I truly believe in the benefit of it. Whereas you could, and every business model is different for every person, right? You could have it where you don't offer that as much and I go through it and then like in 2 months I'm like, "Man, I kind of regret spending that money because I don't really know how to use my system now." I'm not going to ever tell anyone else about you. That's just me, right? Like because I didn't feel like the value was amazing, right? Because I got a bare bones system, but I didn't get the support to implement it in real time with problems that come up. And that's the same thing. Like, I want my clients to feel like if they call me the day before and they're like, all of a sudden, I hate this outfit, I'll be like, okay, let's help you figure it out.
Mhm.
Because I could have a boundary there and sometimes I need to. But for me, it's more about how can I make sure that our goal of this person showing up as their most confident self, aligned, authentic imagery happens not only for them, but I'm smart. I want that so that they then tell other people about me. And that's, you do the same thing because it's like if you over deliver for somebody and the value is there for them, they will then tell other people in their circle. And that's how our businesses grow organically. Like I haven't done ads or anything like that yet. And I'm fully booked out. I just moved to this area. And part of that is my proposals that I can send in 3 minutes.
You can.
Where I
I'm
used to I used to make a custom proposal for every single person in Canva, guys, and then attach it and send it. And oh, blessed be, blessed be. And now I can literally send a proposal while I'm on a discovery call and they can book within 10 minutes.
Yes, and I love that for you. It was
Hallelujah.
funny when I was making my offboarding form. My business coach added a question, and she's like, "How long was it taking you to like respond to people initially, and how long is it taking now?" And I was like, "No, we can't ask that question." I was like, "Because my clients don't have a choice." I was like, "They respond to clients instantly because they have an automated email that goes out. The amount of time that it's taking them to send a booking proposal." I don't want anybody just saying less than an hour. It should be less than 10 minutes, but how
Yep.
about we make it 20 just to give them a buffer? I was like, I don't expect any of my clients to spend more than 10 maybe 15, 20 minutes getting the proposal ready. And I mean, it would have to be some heavy duty changes for it to take you
Right.
20 minutes
Yes.
to change something.
Right. And I do have that occasionally. Like I had this back and forth and I had to take stuff and make a custom one. But
Mhm.
like, and when we say proposal too, like I think before I was in systems and session, I had no idea even what that looked like. This is what I want you guys to understand. Like what I'm talking about when I send a custom proposal now, it has their logo on it. It says, "Hey, Coley," has her logo. It said, because Coley is going to book me at some time in the future for a brand session. Listen, I'm going to send her her own damn proposal. She going to check all the boxes. But it says, it has like my little checkbox that says like, I understand for time and travel, da da da. All of it. It has my images on it. It has my client reviews. It has my process. It has a picture of me with, "Hey, this is who I am. Thank you so much." It has a click link to go back to my website if you're doubting. Because like I really do want people when they get that proposal for it to be a confirmation of the conversation we just had on the discovery call, and for them to be like, "Oh, this is an easy yes. This is the best money I'm
Yes.
going to spend in the next year." Right? Because I feel that way about Coley. The best money I've spent in my business this year was Maddie Pashong Rebrand Retreat and Colby Jane. 100%. So that is like what I want. And so that is what a proposal is. It is not just like you're sending some dry invoice. It
Mhm.
is customized to them to where because that's my experience too. I'm going to customize their guide and I'm going to customize their experience. So I want them to feel like, this is all there for them. But I also want them to make a decision, get on my calendar so that I can totally elevate their experience, treat them well. But I want them to pay me money right away so that we can
Yes.
start this process. And if you make the friction less, we all have been on those websites where you just trying to buy a cute pair of shoes and this thing is so dang frustrating that forgets you. Those people are dead to me. I was gonna buy those little wedge heels, but you're dead to me because your login process is sucks or whatever. So Coley's like, don't ask them for their name twice. Don't ask them for their email twice. Like everything she does is based in like how user experience, how to make it easy for them. So I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. First of all, she mentioned rebrand. When this is live, Maddie is
Yeah.
currently open for enrollment. So if you do not have information on Maddie's
Use my
services,
link. Y'all better reach out to me and use my link.
give me your link. I'll put it in the show notes.
Okay, perfect.
But I mean, part of it is, and I feel like this needs to be one of my next podcast episodes, is anxiety and avoidance. Because I feel like
Oh,
those
girl.
are the two words,
Yes.
not
Yes.
only when it comes to making your systems, but also like brand photography, right? We're all worried about how we're going to look and if we
Yep.
need to lose those 10 pounds.
Yep.
And how is she going to know my business well enough in order to tell my story in photographs? But that's why you hire a professional. And I
That's
mean,
right.
I'm not just talking about Roxanne and I'm talking about in general. It's why you
Yes.
hire somebody to help you with your website and all of the things. And so just keep this in mind. Just like Roxanne said about her brand photography, she's telling you, you don't have to come to me with the answers. I craft the answers for you.
That's right.
All you have to do is be willing to show up and
Yep.
answer the questions that I ask
Yep.
and tell me about your business. And I'm going to lay out all the things that I think that you should do.
Because
And
you are an expert in asking the right questions.
Yes.
I didn't even know what questions I should be asking. Do you know what I mean? And I think what you just hit on is a good point because a lot of people get to glass or like ceilings in their business. And especially I see this more in women. Men just tend to like be more confident in their skills. Even if they don't have them, I don't know. But like we get to these ceilings where we're like, oh, I'm DIYing everything. I see this all the time with people with like their brand photos. And I'm like, DIY business sends a message though. It sends a message. And if you want to go to the next level, it might take you getting over some of that imposter syndrome, anxiety, avoidance of things because everybody leans into what they're good in. But if you are at a ceiling, you're not booking as much as you would like. You need to show up and change something and do something different than you've always done. I think people are like, well, I'm just being consistent. But babe, if you're being consistent and it's not working, then we got to shift.
We got to shift.
Right. So it's like, I think that's right. Like I literally joked with you all the time, like I need therapy after this. But part of it was because, and this like makes me like choke up a little bit, like believing that my business was worth investing. The investments I've made over the course of the last couple years was huge for me because I'm a mom of 4. I started this as a side hustle, charging $50, and to be where I am at, I could never imagine the business I have today 3 years ago. Never. But that's because I finally decided to take myself seriously. If you're not taking yourself seriously, why would you expect your clients to take you seriously? So
Mhm.
I think that this is huge, like dealing with the parts that are emotional, that are tied to your feelings about your worthiness being in all these things. But like, if you are DIYing everything, we need to talk because there are things that other people do better than you.
Mhm.
Pay them for their time, invest in them, and get squeeze every ounce out of it. I squeezed the lifeblood out of Coley. Listen. I sent her tickets like it was my job. But it was like that is the part of this that is brilliant because you can get what you need. So sorry, I love what you just said. You do need to do that episode because
Yes.
I think that that's huge for a lot of people are at that stage where I know I need to invest, but
Mhm.
well, if you keep saying but, you're not going to have the business that you could have.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing that I wanna say to that is this kind of goes back to the shift that I've had in the last year over trying to get people to do it all at once versus doing what you are comfortable with in the
Mm,
moment. If Roxanne had just hired me for the proposal and we hadn't done any of the rest of her systems, she still would have made her money back the first time that she sent a proposal. And
100%.
and while I'm saying, working with me, she would have gotten it back. I don't just mean hiring me to do the proposal for you. I mean, you taking the time to make sure that you have the proposal that will let your clients book you fast so that you can stop wasting time going back and forth. And then what do you do with that time? You either reinvest that time into creating more systems for your business
Right.
or marketing your business so that you can book more clients or spending more time with the clients that you already have or take your 4 kids to a trip to Disneyland because just like Roxanne said that she's eventually going to do my brand photos. I mean, if she takes her kids to Disneyland, I expect to get an invite because
Right,
I will show up
right.
with a
Girl,
camera.
no,
I don't
we
even
ride at dawn. We ride at dawn for Disney.
And so even though Roxanne is here to tell you about systems in session and
Right.
basically the entire glow up that her business has had behind the scenes with her systems, I want to encourage everybody who's listening. There are baby steps, and there are
Absolutely.
baby steps that you can take and not even pay me. Like I want everyone to have systems that help them show up in their business as the confident business owner that they want to be and that they know that they can be because what you deliver is often separate from how your client feels while they're experiencing your entire process.
Oh my
And,
gosh, that part.
yes. And when it comes to Roxanne, she actually has a lot of touch points. And so for Roxanne, it wasn't as much as like identifying the touch points as much as taking her out of them because she was
Yes.
definitely the bottleneck. I mean, she had an
Yes.
amazing process already. She was already sending the emails, creating the forms, making the Pinterest style guide, like planning all of these things, but she was keeping track of all of it in her head or like with a random ass piece of paper. I don't know, but she was spending
Listen,
way.
she a hater. She a hater. I'm out here with I have so many random ass pieces of paper. You a hater.
But I mean, she was spending so much time trying to keep it all together and
Yes.
figure out where her clients were. And so, what the systems allowed her to do was kind of take a step back
Yes.
and let the systems do all of that, like management for her. And now she really can spend more time with her clients on shoot day or having those conversations with clients when they need, a little bit more of encouragement because they hate that outfit that they loved 2 weeks ago and they spent $300 on. So,
Right. And if you're feeling that any of that resentment in your business, my therapist a long time ago said to me, resentment is a you problem. Right? So if you are resenting the time you're spending doing these things, something needs to change. Something needs to change. Now, I kind of resent like making dinner for these people in my house every single day. Like, some days it's just like some of life you're just going to have those issues. But for me in my business, what I realized is when I took a look at my goals, I was like, I want to be booking 1 to 2 of my kind of signature brand sessions a week to reach my financial goals. But if I do that, I actually have anxiety about how I would keep it all together because of all the touch points I want and all of the personalized attention. And so now, but I did not want to lose any of the like Roxanne magic because I do, and I have done a lot of work on myself. I know that you can get brand photos from a lot of people, and there's a lot of brilliant photographers. I am brilliant at making people feel seen. I am really good at helping women step forward, especially into confidence. And I'm certified in ethical storytelling, right? I have a lot of gifts as a photographer. I know that now. What I needed to stop doing was if like your goals actually would create more anxiety in your business, you need better systems.
mhm.
Because me doing like booking the way I am booked right now for September, October, and November, 3 months ago, that would have created so much anxiety because I would have been like panic checking my emails to make sure I had sent them. I would probably have copied and pasted and sent an email with the wrong name, right? I just little things like that because that's my ADHD. I don't pay attention to details.
To the details.
Yeah, the details are rough sometimes. Except in the screen of my camera. But so this was like a way for me to scale, right? Or grow. I guess grow is the better word. Grow without adding so much more anxiety. It's very cool. It's like an amazing thing to me. My husband and I just went and celebrated. I had the biggest month I've ever had in 10 years of photography.
Yes, you did.
Yes. And we went and celebrated at dinner and I said, but I'm less stressed than I was when I
Yes.
was making half as much. Half as
Yes.
much. So that is key. That for me was key. And I still get to have the personalized attention, and those emails are written and they sound like me. There's a bunch of parts of my workflow that send me a notification to go in there and edit it and approve it so that it's always custom, right? So systems does not mean depersonalization. Systems does not mean that then you are just like sending no value to your clients. That's not what it means. It means that you value their experience so much that you're not willing to leave it to chance. Because listen, the wheels fall off at my house a lot. I have a chronic illness, 4 children. If you don't think that this place is a nut house after 3 o'clock, come over and hang out. So I'm like, I can't leave it up to me. As good as I am at certain things, I'm not going to always pay attention to that. So it was like taking the bottle, exactly like you described, making sure that I was not the problem in my own growth, right?
Yes.
I didn't want to be the problem in me growing to where I want to be. So, girl, you know I love you. I wish I'd kiss you on the face if I was with you. I'm so grateful. It was the best investment. I'm going to keep singing the praises. I want an affiliate link at some point. I'm just saying.
Guys, everybody needs a hype woman like Roxanne. I mean, literally, I feel like when I am feeling a little down about my business, Roxanne is who I'm going to get on the phone and just be like, girl, can you just have a little chat with me?
Yes.
But Roxanne, first, I want to say thank you so much for trusting me with your systems inside of Systems in Session. Also, thank you for joining me, for this podcast episode.
So
guys,
fun. I've listened before, so now I'm finally on it. So fun.
Her business is Hawa Images, and she is out of Raleigh, North Carolina. And so if you are near there or any of the places that she flies, I would highly recommend that if you are in need of brand photos, and I think this is the first time I've ever given a photographer a shout out like this on my podcast, but you should definitely check her out. And if you have any questions about Systems in Session, please, feel free to send me a DM. I would also venture that if you drop into Roxanne's DMs on Instagram,
100%.
see, yeah, that's what I thought.
I've actually been sending voice memos back and forth with somebody that I told her, if you don't hire Coley, you're stupid. No offense. But like, I'm just telling you like it is.
So I just want to say, Systems in Session is definitely where I'm going forward. And having clients like Roxanne who have had the success that they've had and the confidence that it has built in themselves for the systems and really for their business overall, because she's the third person that raised their prices while they were inside the container after having a lot of anxiety about doing so. And then the very first person that got the new proposal with the new prices booked no problem.
Right.
Like, this is what I want for everyone, regardless if you hire me or not.
Yeah, that's
just
right.
Point blank.
Yes. And the value that you offer in so much, like even just for free, right? Like that's to me too, how I knew, like, I was listening to the podcast and, again, I'm an online stalker. So I was like, oh, she's the real deal. She knows what she's talking about. And I knew that you weren't afraid to you weren't playing a successful person on Instagram. You're a real person. And you were
considering that I hate being on Instagram, that's totally true.
Yes. I love Instagram. Listen, I'm struggling on LinkedIn. I'm like, what? Y'all are not funny over here. I don't understand what's happening. People are not, they don't like my jokes over on there. But yeah, if you're thinking about it, ask the questions, make sure it's for you. Because Coley, you still offer those free calls to see if it's, So that's what I did. I jumped on the call and I said, listen, I know I need this. And it wasn't like, same thing with my discovery calls. It's not this gross pressure upselling situation. It's literally Coley saying to you, what are the things in your business you need fixed? We could do this, or we could do this, or we could do this. And then she gives you, she lays it out. She has her expertise to bring to your problems and what solutions she could help you with. And then you decide, pick what's aligned for you. But I literally, I mean, I can't guarantee nothing, but I promise if you do the whole thing, you will make it back so quickly. Like, I'm just like, why didn't I do this 6 months ago? So yeah, it is definitely something. And if I need help in 3, 4 months, or if I just miss her, I'm just gonna book a call.
Hmm. Yes.
She's not gonna get rid of me now. So
Well, I'm actually waiting for some of you guys to re-enroll for another 30 days in Q1 of 2026. One person already told me that they were going to do that
oh
because
fun.
now I'm letting you guys come back for 30 days at a time if you need, like a refresh or whatever.
Yes.
But, this
If you
is
have
this
new offers,
yes.
new things, yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody. I hope that hearing from one of my actual clients on the podcast has helped you get like a little bit more clarity in what systems
Mhm.
in session is and whether or not that is a viable option for you to design and implement a brand new client experience inside of your business. But that's it for this episode. See you next time.